the lower income levels are finding it difficult, especially in urban areas. I won't say fully in to that in the rural area. They are difficult, but they are something that can be cultivated. But certainly it's difficult. I know that. But what is the option? If we didn't get the IMF support and the creditors' support, bilateral creditors, we would have been in a worse position than we are now. We had no fuel. We had no fertilizer. We couldn't even buy medicine. We hadn't paid our bills to the local businessmen and foreigners. None of those countries could help us because we have not yet get aid from them because we were bankrupt. But they did help us in a different way. Under their different heads to help to give relief in disaster situations and to encourage food production. They gave us fertilizer, they gave us money for medicine, they gave us money for the malnutrition. So all those relief funds were given to us. As a result, then our money was saved to buy the fuel. That's how we operated. Now, if we put these agreements out, all that money will stop. All that money will stop. You will have to go back to your bicycle. You won't have fuel. You won't have fertilizer. Because we got fertilizer, this Mahacrop, we'll have a surplus this Mahacrop. That is one result. We are having a surplus thanks to the measures that was taken, which impose hardships on us. But we know the crop is very good. So that's how we have been operating. When we discuss on the taxation level, we suggested we start taxing at 150,000. And they said 48,000. But we found at 150,000 we could not meet the targets. And they found at 48,000, lot of people wouldn't have a cent. So to work out the target figures, we finally came to 100,000 and not subsidizing any commercial enterprises, which meant that they had to increase prices. And the increase in prices again was felt by us. So we are at the worst moment. We are now feeling the consequence of the steps we have taken by reducing taxes and also the steps we have taken for a rescue operation. Both are together. So this month, next month can be the worst of it. But we have no other way. There was no other way that we could have got out of this. Up to date, no one has suggested. It's in this background that we have operated. I know all of you had your taxes going up. People in the government who didn't pay taxes had to pay taxes. All of a sudden, vehicles are being taxed. Everything that you get are being taxed. So this is the position we are in. But my hope is that we now try and move out quickly. First is the final debt restructuring arrangement. Now, the IMF requires the bilateral creditors to support us and to give financial assurances. The general conventional terms were used by the Paris Club members. India issued its own letter of support and financial assurances. that was acceptable, is acceptable to the IMF and the Paris Club. They also agreed to get onto a common platform to resolve the debt, instead of India speaking separately and the Paris Club. Then the Chinese have also sent us a letter of support that they will stand with Sri Lanka. The Chinese, of course, didn't want to get onto a common platform. They said, we'll talk to you separately, we'll talk to the IMF and India separately, but we'll try and we'll both all try to help you. The Chinese have a different system from the West in the matter of debt relief. The Chinese, after all, are also trying to build their own international monetary system, a global one. So their system is different. Therefore, there was the Chinese wording and the IMF wording did not, the Paris Club wording did not match. Paris Club takes the wording, Paris Club wordings are the ones that generally accepted by the IMF. So there are two different types of wordings, and we are talking to see how we can ensure that there is an agreement or acceptance by the parties. In addition, but this is not only an issue that affects Sri Lanka, but I think we were the ones that sparked it off. Zambia, Suriname, and some of the other countries have also had this issue. Zambia, for 2 years, there has not been agreement. Now they are meeting in Bangalore, the G20, and these issues will come up there. So after G20, we'll have a clearer idea of where we are going. But I'd want to try and reach our target of trying and resolving this by March. So we will know after the end of this week what are the next steps that we have to do. There have been various